Hello, and welcome back. My name is Edward Muldoon, and I'm bringing you today's announcements. Basketball season has started. The varsity boys won their opening game against Covenant Christian. Congratulations to Coach South for his Bulldog coaching debut win. Senior Cam Keck scored 25 points in the Dogs' win. The varsity girls defeated Covenant Christian on Monday. The final score was 49-29. Demaya Ricks and Madison Johnson scored 13 points each to lead the Bulldogs. Congrats to the team and coaches on their season opening win. Elsie Holcomb qualified for state in cross country. She competed this past Saturday. Congratulations to Elise and Coach Cole. Congratulations to Mr. Slusher's class, Digital Media, Business Essentials, and Digital Publication classes for being on the Way 31 News on Veterans Day. Good job and keep up the good work. Esports has been performing well. They have 3 of the final 8 teams in college football. Both of the Super Smash Bros. Teams are positioned to make the playoffs, and both of the Rocket League teams are close to making the playoffs as well. Go E-Dogs. The cast and crew of Dawg Talk would like to congratulate Sheffield City Schools Superintendent Dr. Carlos Nelson. He was chosen as the Alabama Literacy Association's 2024 Outstanding Administrator in Literacy. Ellie Wilson announced the 2024-2025 Teacher of the Year. Big applause to Miss Smith on achieving this huge honor. Also, the Teacher of the Year at Sheffield High School is Miss Strickland. Congrats, Miss Strickland. Well deserved. That's the announcements for today. Thank everybody for watching.
Welcome to Dawg Talk. This week our guest is Dr. Jones, who is the Vice Principal here at Sheffield High School. Thank you for being on our show today, Dr. Jones. How are you doing today?
I am well. How are you?
Good.
Good.
This is your second year at Sheffield High School. Tell us about yourself, where you're from, and where you received your degrees from.
Absolutely. So I'm from a small town, Sawyerville, Alabama. It's approximately 35 miles outside of Tuscaloosa, very rural area. I have a lot of degrees, but in actuality, I used to be a nurse, so I have a nursing degree from Shelton State Community College. And then after nursing for about 10 years, I went back to school. I went to the University of Alabama for my undergrad in elementary education. I also have a master's from the University of North Alabama elementary education. I have an EDS in teacher leadership, an admin certification in instructional leadership, and then I have my doctoral degree in education organization.
And how many degrees is that?
A lot.
We are so glad you came to Sheffield and are part of our family here at Sheffield High School. Now tell us about your doctoral degree and how long it took you to achieve, and what was your doctoral degree thesis?
So the process took me about 2 years simply because I already had an EDS, which is an education specialist degree. And so many of my classes from the University of North Alabama transferred over into my doctoral program. And so I was like halfway there even when I started. And I was excited about that. I chose to do my doctoral study on English language learners and how we enrich their experiences in our schools, what strategies and resources that they need to be successful. And so I spent about 2 years studying and researching how we can improve their assessment scores on the ACAP assessment and on the access assessment, and I have recommendations for how to improve assessment scores in English language learners. That's what my study was on.
Yes, ma'am. Now let's take it over to Studio B for some additional questions.
Good morning, Dr. Jones. Thanks again for coming on the show. What would you say is the biggest challenge you faced in education, and how did you overcome it?
Thank you for that question. So one of my biggest challenges that I would say is just remembering and understanding that we serve a very diverse student population. And with so much diversity, that means that every student needs something different. It is so important that we think about individualized learning when we think about our students. And that is a challenge because, we only have so many teachers, so many educators in the buildings, and we have way more students, but each student needs that one or two things that makes him special, that makes them able to learn more effectively. And so the challenge becomes juggling all of our students and ensuring that we're meeting the needs of all of our students. But I think that we do a great job of assessing our students and ensuring that we identify what they need and getting all of the resources that they would need to be successful into their hands.
Thank you for that. How will you measure success for the school year with students, and how will you measure your own success?
Another great question. So I truly believe that success begins with a try. That every student has to commit to trying it. You have to be able to say that I'm going to try to do A, B, C, or D, and then you have to put all of your efforts into doing it because nothing ever fails but a try. I believe that it is imperative that we understand that in order to be successful, you are going to make mistakes, but those mistakes become moments for learning. They become teachable moments, and when you make mistakes, because you've tried, you can learn from those mistakes, and you can harness all of the knowledge that you learn from making a mistake in order to be successful. And if you keep trying, you're destined to be successful because at the end of the day, nothing ever fails but a try. So continue to try to do your best. Continue to put your best foot forward. Give your all in everything that you commit to doing, and you should expect success.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my grades up like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Education is a challenging field to work in. What is your greatest accomplishment and what motivates you?
Well, I definitely say I'm motivated by students. I wholeheartedly believe in relationships and rapport. I just believe that even as a classroom teacher, the biggest thing I had going for me is that I had pretty great relationships with my students. They would do absolutely anything for me, and they made teaching so easy because they wanted to be in my class. They wanted to be with me. A lot of times now they want to be in my office, and it's kind of funny because I have to kind of make them leave and be like, you got to go to class. But relationships are at the core of education. Students can't learn from people that they don't like. They won't learn from people that they don't like. So I believe in building positive relationships with students. I believe in knowing them, knowing their culture, knowing their background, knowing what's going on in their lives, because we need to know what's going on with our students in order to help impact their lives. And so those are some of the things that are my core beliefs: relationships, and building positive rapport. And then the other part is I believe in the spirit of excellency. I believe that in everything that we do, we have to try and do our absolute best. No shortcuts, no finding a simpler way around. No, you have to really put in the work. You have to do your very best. You have to try hard, and you have to operate in the spirit of excellency all the time. I've based my entire career on my beliefs in building positive student relationships with our students and also operating in the spirit of excellency. And I think that that has been one of the greatest rewards for me.
Thank you, Dr. Jones, for sharing with our audience. That is all for today on Dawg Talk. Have a great day, and go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Today's segment will be trivia. The rules of the game are that a person will say the question, and the first person to get it wins. The questions will be basic, easy questions, and you will have 10 seconds to answer each question. Question 1. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Question 2. In the story Snow White, how many doors are there?
7.
Question 3. What is the name of the largest ocean on Earth?
Pacific.
Right. Question 4. In what galaxy is our solar system in?
Milky Way.
Question 5. How many colors are in the rainbow?
7.
And for the results, and who wins, is Braxton Martinez. That's all for today for this segment. Thanks for watching.